Hello, crafty friends. How are you guys? I know I've been away for a while, but I've still been crafting, but I just wasn't recording, and mostly what I was working on is this album here. So I just kind of wanted to do a flip through and show you what I've been working on. That this was actually part of one of the classes that I took when Janine Meyerowitz from 49 and Market was visiting my local scrapbook store here in Ankeny, Iowa, and that store is Memory Bound Papercraft store. They do have a YouTube channel. They have a Facebook channel. They do Facebook and YouTube lives every Monday through Friday and show new product as well as guest designers and techniques and all kinds of fun things. So go check them out. But just kind of wanted to walk through my version of the project. That basically what we did in class was get the base papers and the extra pieces put into this new album that they have come out with. I believe this is called the Quad Folio, I think. Anyway, so we got two pieces of 12 by 12 paper, and that's what we used to cover the front and the back. And this is kind of, you actually get full colors. So if you have a chance to take this class or get a hold of one of these kits, I recommend it. This is a beautiful album. I did change things up a little bit once I knew what pictures I was going to use. And so the cover is a little bit different. Some of the pieces are the same, and then I added some other pieces from the same collection. So here is my cover. And so you open it up to this page, and it comes with this this gusseted pocket. So you can see that it's got a little bit of wiggle room there to put several pockets in there. And we recently had our family pictures taken this fall, and so the bingo card, it's more decorative and fills the space so my cards don't slide around inside there. But I created this, and I also pulled some things from my stash as well. So, this frame is actually from an older 49 and Market collection, but I think everything else on here is either from the Willow, oh my gosh, what's it called? The newest one from Vicki Boutin, and then some of the hearts and some bits and pieces might also be from the Flower Emporium as well. And so just, I didn't do anything to the back on all of these, but some of these frames are from like an older page kit that I had there. So those are the pieces that I designed to go into the pocket. This is a page that in the class it was like this, and this is a piece that goes is added to the top of the main structure of the book. And to hold these flaps shut, that she showed us how to put our pictures so they would come apart, but it would still hold it together. So that's why I have this pull tab. And then on the inside, sorry for the glare, but I will try and hold it up. So the base pieces are pretty much the same, but I did change up based off of the pictures that I had, and just used my own design for most of it on the inside. We also didn't get the rub-ons in the class. I don't think we did. And so I added some of those in as well. And so I didn't have any pictures up here, so I just made a decorative piece there. And then I do have this piece down here. And of course, when I matted my photo, I made sure that I had a paper that was pleasing on the back side as well to go on the back of that clip. So, and this is my grandson, he's 2, so you'll see the number 2 around here several times. So that is the first flip. Then you open it up, and this is another section that you add this flip to. So this whole piece is an addition that comes and you stick it onto the base structure of the quad folio. And so as you can see, that she helped us design it so you have this go underneath, and so it holds this flap shut until you're ready to open it. And so on the inside, she helped us also create the structure of the album, but not, she gave ideas for designs, but I changed that up completely. So based off of the pictures that I had. So since it was fall, I did use some of these little mushrooms. And so we have these flips that, oops, I have that backwards. So these two, since they're the same, that should be flipped like that. And then they open like this. I do have a little journaling tag here, and basically what it says is these little, this location that we were at, that Hope actually had her 2-year-old pictures taken here as well. So it was kind of fun that Cody was about the same age as she was when we took those pictures as well. And so then these flaps open. And so you have a space for one larger picture, more smaller ones. And so there is that. And then there is space for another picture on that bottom part. So there is that piece. So then this connects up, sticks under there. And now as we move on to this page, that this is another piece that attaches onto the entire structure of the album. The way Janine designed it was to have this hold it shut. So you have this on the front, and then there is space on the inside for more pictures as well. And so I will not tie that back up for now. So then it flips open again. I probably should put something here. Maybe I'll come back and do that here, but I kind of ran out of time when I was finishing this album and needed to move on to a couple other things. So, you know, Christmas, holidays, that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing, is just holiday stuff, work stuff, and I just haven't been creating, you know, single projects that I can quickly record and put on my channel. So I'll be back after the first of the year, getting back on board of doing layouts. And so this one, again, design has that same similar piece of paper. This we fussy cut from a 6x8 piece of paper. And then this one, this is just the entire piece, and I just used it as is, as a frame, and filled in the gap here. And so then the last section that you add on to the album is a flip. And so it gives you lots of room to add a lot of pictures. So again, just, you know, like I mentioned, he was 2 years old, and so I just planned out what pictures I was going to put where, and just started adding in extra pieces. And so I did add, in the class, she actually used some of the packaging from the product that we got. However, I had obviously purchased more of the same collection. And so I just used some of the 12x12 papers that I had. And actually a lot of these are the 4x6 papers on one of the cards that come with the collection. So I believe this was one of those. I think this was one. It had like a something behind that didn't work, but so I just covered that part up with a picture. I also pulled, like I said, some things from my stash, like these leaves. They those are from a past fall collection. This was one of the 4x6 cut aparts that came on a 12x12 size piece of paper. Again, some older things. I did add some of the tiny attacher items from Tim Holtz. This is from my stash, some older, I don't know if that was from, you know, honestly, it was probably from one of the older fall collections with it being orange like that. So, added in some of these, and then some of, like, this was one of the longer 12x12 laser cuts, and I just trimmed it down to work for this picture. So now I have a smaller piece that I can use somewhere else. Added in some rub-ons. I did like these little laser cut pieces here, and then where I got the idea to use the actual tiny attachers in various places were actually from these little pieces that are actually printed on there that looks like a staple. And some places I just needed to make sure that things were going to stick, like these little stars. And let's see, so I have this funny pictures of us here. Hopefully you can see that. And this one I actually ran out of pictures, and so I just kind of made a decorative page there. I did use some of the frames from the collection that we got in class as well. This is where it's, so when this was the last part that I did, and I actually had run out of some of the leaves and florals that I had been using, and so I didn't go into the Flower Emporium and pull some of the flowers that actually looked more fallish and pulled those in as well. So getting some of my stash used up. This was a 4x6 card that I used as well. Again, didn't have a picture to go there, so. And here is that egg shape. It's actually like a at the art museum here in town, and so hope it had her picture taken in that egg shape as well. So just thought it was fun, and then she recreated it here. And I think I'm gonna, if I need to go back and check that other place to see what the journaling was. Otherwise, I'm gonna journal about them having their picture taken. And then this is one of my favorite pictures that was captured by our photographer. Let's see if I can get this. And so this paper was actually what Janine had us use. And so she had us cut a slice into here so you could tuck your flowers down in here. And I did use different flowers than what she had in the class because originally it was the pink ones that came with this collection. And I wanted to use more fall things and, you know, less girly pinky colors. That these went more with the jewel tones of our pictures and our clothes that we had going on. So, and what he was doing here, the reason I have this bug here, or these bugs in a couple places, is because he was looking at a ladybug that was on the back side of this stair railing, and so it just kind of told the story that he was looking at a bug. So, and let's see, and I think there is, whoops. Nope, that's it. So this is the back side that we started with. And so I did use some of my scraps to cover, you know, here, some of the places in here of the album base. And then I did actually add a magnet to help try and hold it closed better. And so that's kind of, and I did ink everything too, so that's kind of why it looks kind of grungy in some places. So that is my album share. And that's what I've been working on the past couple weekends when instead of working on layouts. That as soon as we got our photo session back, I knew exactly where I wanted to put them. So, oh no, I broke my W. That's what I caught. Okay, well, I guess I am gonna have to fix that. Oh. Okay, well, there we go. We'll fix it. I'll glue it back on. There, you can't even tell. There, all fixed. Crafting opportunity. Anyway, all right, well, I hope you are having a great Christmas season, and if you have any questions for me, leave those down below. I will have photos of this album, hopefully eventually, on my Instagram and Pinterest if you want to see close-up shots of everything, as well as you're going to see close-up shots at the end of this video. So thank you for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Bye.